Hello and welcome to the No One Asked You podcast. For this particular series, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Matt Darn Kitay.
Dorkus and I are both going into the story completely new with almost no knowledge of the story or world. Each segment will cover what happens in each new chapter while discussing our experience along the way.
This is The Hero of Ages. It's all in the pages, a blind read-through. And today we are covering Chapter 45.
Chapter 45!
Yes. I have no other reading updates to make because Kitay and I decided to shove in an extra recording session this week so we could do this blind.
Yeah, I made you wait a day though, which I'm so sorry.
All good. It gave me an opportunity to do all of the editing for last week's episode and last week's Words of Radiance episode as well. And I am so proud of myself for getting all of that done.
You should be.
Thank you. So with that said, shall we get into this blind? What are your predictions for it?
None. Okay. Well, I just want to know what happens. I just want to know. That's it.
Will there be a fight between Vin and Reen?
Probably.
Is Vin going to ask Reen a bunch of questions during the fight?
Of course. It's going to be fight and talk.
Is Reen insane?
Probably.
Yesterday you said Reen is probably a ruin slave. Still think that?
Yeah. I'm scared that he is. Yeah.
Any chance he's a champion of preservation?
That would be cool. I would like that, but I don't know.
I can't think of any other shotgun questions to ask you.
We'll see. But those were good questions.
Thank you. Will they escape together?
Yeah. If they become friends.
Okay.
Again. Yeah.
It would be too soon for Elend to have recovered from his injuries, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Part 4, Beautiful Destroyer. I wonder if this refers to Vin, because we think she's of ruin, sort of, with the Vinquisitor theory. But in some ways, it invokes to me the way Marsh now sees the world.
Yeah, everything is beautiful. All the destruction is beautiful. But I don't know. It could be both. Why not both?
It could be.
Such is literariness. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
A man with a given power, such as an allomantic ability, who then gained a hemalurgic spike granting that same power, would be nearly twice as strong as a natural unenhanced allomancer. You called it, Kitty.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
Because it's been your supposition that Vin is both a Mistborn and a Vinquisitor. Yeah.
I didn't think she was, only Mistborn when she had her earring in.
Ooh. An Inquisitor who was a Seeker before his transformation would therefore have an enhanced ability to use bronze. This simple fact explains how many Inquisitors were able to pierce copper clouds. Ooh,
oh no.
Does that confirm with Vin?
But then was Vin only a Seeker? And then became Mistborn? I don't think so.
Maybe, but I think she might have been Mistborn first.
Mistborn with an affinity. And then it went even further.
Is it too soon for the revelation? Like, is Reen gonna tell Vin that she's a Vinquisitor in this chapter?
Maybe he does, and that reveal,
it would mess with her.
Has consequences. Yeah.
She would, vociferously reject that part of her. Maybe. For a little bit.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm just rearing to go here.
Okay. Vin landed, aborting her attack, but still tense, eyes narrow with suspicion. Good, Vin. Be suspicious.
Yeah, this could be a hallucination or a
trick.
Illusion. Yeah.
Reen was backlit by the fitful lantern light, looking much as she remembered. The 4 years had changed him, of course. He was taller, broader of build, but he had the same hard face, unrelieved by humor. His posture was familiar to her. During her childhood, he had often stood as he did now, arms folded in disapproval. So he's not an inquisitor. He does not have spikes through his eyes.
Great. Yeah. Happy for that. And yay, our books both said the same amount of years.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's the first time they've aligned in a while. On time.
It all returned to her. Things she thought she'd banished into the dark, quarantined parts of her mind. Blows from Reen's hand, harsh criticism from his tongue, furtive moves from city to city. Yeah, all of that trauma is being triggered right now. It's just flooding her right now.
Yeah. What is she going to do with it? Is she going to turn Dark Vin, or what's happening?
Yeah. Don't trust it. Be wary. Be strong, Vin.
But yeah, don't abandon. Yeah, I don't think she would. But don't abandon all the trust and love and all the growth that you've had over the past 4 years.
Yeah. And yet tempering these memories was an insight. She was no longer the young girl who had borne her beatings in confused silence. Looking back, she could see the fear Reen had shown in the things he had done. He'd been terrified that his half-breed allomancer of a sister would be discovered and slaughtered by the Steel Inquisitors. Does she know whether or not Reen knows that Vin was an allomancer?
It might just be an educated guess. I'm not sure.
He'd beaten her when she made herself stand out. He'd yelled at her when she was too competent. He'd moved her when he'd feared that the Canton of Inquisition had caught their trail. So it sounds like this is stuff that she is looking back on in hindsight and surmising then.
Yeah. Yeah, because she herself did not know.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
Reen had died protecting her. He had taught her paranoia and distrust out of a twisted sense of duty, for he'd believed that was the only way she would survive on the streets of the Final Empire. And she'd stayed with him, enduring the treatment. Inside, not buried all that deeply, she'd known something very important. Reen had loved her.
Okay, so good. Reen had loved her. I really hope that that's true and that this is not going to get even further shattered by him now, especially if he's altered in some way. Because I expect him to be altered in some way or inquisitor in some way because he should be dead. That's the thing.
Yeah. Insofar as the topic of abuse and love comes up, I don't necessarily want to stick my foot in my mouth, but it's generally not a good sign if an abuse victim believes that their abuser loves them, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is just how they love. It's not good. It's part of the reason people stay.
So is there concern here in this vein of thinking for Vin?
No, I think it makes sense in some way because maybe it could be delusional. I don't know. It seems like there's lots of insights that you can have into the strange, twisted way an abuser cares about the person they abuse. That doesn't make it completely invalid, but it doesn't change the fact that the way that they love is absolutely abhorrent.
Right. And it makes it a little bit tougher under these specific circumstances in the book, in the sense that there was very real danger around. They were being hunted for their lives.
But he didn't, there is that, but he didn't need to beat her.
Yeah.
Properly abuse her and just not give her any love at all. Like that is unforgivable.
Right.
But then again, do you want her? The reason forgiveness happens, it doesn't mean that everything is okay with that person that has harmed you, but you let go of the pain that they caused you when you forgive them. And, those people that forgive murderers and things like that. It's about them. That's what I think. It's about their health, not holding on to what has happened to them and what was done to them.
Right. Lots of deep thinks to think about on this one. She met the eyes of the man standing in the cavern, then she slowly shook her head.
No,
she thought.
It looks like him, but those eyes are not his.
Okay.
Yeah?
That's an interesting... It could be a Kandra.
It could be Cope.
It could also be Cope. Yeah, I shouldn't have said Kandra first, because denial was my first thought, essentially. But it occurs to me that we haven't, up till this point, put out the possibility that it is a Kandra.
Yeah, that's true. If it alamances, it ain't a Kandra. So.
Oh, that's true. And I guess a part of my not having brought it up before could be through the vein of most of the Kandra are at the homeland as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not out there doing active things in this whole war and into the world thing.
Yeah, except I think there was a previous Tensoon chapter where it was mentioned that there may have been at least one Kandra still out there doing strange things that even the Kandra didn't really know about. Maybe.
Well, so yeah, it's a possibility. We'll see. Who are you?
She demanded. I can't do a South African accent for him. Because mine is so bad. Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm your brother, the creature said, frowning. The creature! Oh my. It's only been a few years, Vin. You've grown brash. I thought I'd taught you better than that.
He certainly has the mannerisms down,
Vin thought, walking forward warily.
How did he learn them? Nobody thought that Reen was of any importance during his life. They wouldn't have known to study him. So this goes into the Kandra stuff.
Yeah, and it's a great thought that I think you and I might have brought up in the last episode. I don't remember.
What about Kandra?
I think it was about how the Lord Ruler wouldn't have had any reason to think Reen was important when he was being interrogated by the Inquisitors. Something like that.
Where did you get his bones? Hey, Vin's thinking like you.
Hey, nice. Vin asked, circling the creature. The cavern floor was rough and lined with packed shelves. Darkness extended in all directions.
And how did you get the face so perfect? I thought Kandra had to digest a body to make a good copy.
Keep in mind, Vin, you could try using the Kandra...
Duralumin his ass.
Yeah, Duralumining his ass for answers. If you sincerely believe he's a Kandra, which is a reasonable thought, I think, at this point.
Because he would be enemy.
He had to be a Kandra after all. How else would someone manage such a perfect imitation? The creature turned, regarding her with a confused expression. What is this nonsense? Vin, I realize that we're not the type to reunite with a fond embrace, but I did expect you to recognize me.
Vin is not... She's not convinced.
Yeah, no. And...
Convinced! Haha.
Good one, Kitty. Also, I'm going to say that sentence of his seems a bit overly formal.
Is that how he speaks? It's weird.
Yeah. Vin ignored the complaints. Reen, then Breeze, had taught her too well. She'd know Reen if she saw him.
I need information about one of your kind. He is called Tensoon, and he returned to your homeland a year ago. He said he was going to be put on trial. Do you know what happened to him? I would like to contact him if possible.
Great. I'm really enjoying this.
She's just like, she is not taking this. She's like, I'm done. That's it. It's not him. It's a good approach. This should be. It shouldn't be like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. But of course she can test it by Duralumining him.
Yep. She's gonna have to.
Vin, the false Reen said firmly, I am not a Kandra. Interesting to note that Reen knows about Kandra. I guess in terms of secrets in this world, the Kandra aren't the most secret of secrets.
Yeah, they're not secrets. Like, if you know anything, the underground knows about them. Just, people know that the nobility have them. But you don't know. You don't know how to find them.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Vin thought, reaching out with zinc and hitting the imposter with a Duralumin-fueled blast of emotional allomancy.
There she Duralumin his ass.
Yes. So one of Sanderson's great strengths as a writer is, I think, his ability to have characters do what a reader might want them to do in specific situations, such as this.
Mm-hmm. We've often gone like that. Yeah. Yeah, we've also had where it's like, I hope they talk about this, and then they do.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean it's predictable. It's like it would be stupid if they didn't do those things.
Yes.
Because it's just so obvious that that's what you would do.
Yes.
Like, we would ask, why are you not doing this? We've established that duralumining people's asses is how you can find a Kandra. Why would you not use that?
Preach. Yeah, You've said it beautifully. He didn't so much as stumble. Such an attack would have put a Kandra under Vin's control, just as it did with Kolos. Vin wavered. It was growing difficult to see the imposter in the waning lantern light, even with Tin enhancing her eyes. The failed emotional allomancy meant that he wasn't a Kandra, but he wasn't Reen either. There seemed only one logical course to follow. She attacked. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. I guess she doesn't trust this thing, so she must attack it.
Yep. And I noticed she hasn't considered if it's the mist creature or not yet. But also,
she hasn't thought about whether it's not real, whether it's real or not real at all. She thinks it's a creature and it's in front of her.
Right.
But she has used the word creature, so maybe she will get to the point of wondering if it's the mist creature.
Yeah. What would have been the benefit of stalling for time by engaging in conversation? Maybe not giving him anything as best you can and avoid being manipulated by him, but asking questions either to verify his identity or to see what it is that he wants or what he's doing there.
I would probably have try to speak to him more. Be ready to attack, of course, but figure out what the hell he's doing here and what he wants. Engage him.
Yeah, because I think at this point in time, if Vin kills Reen, she will always wonder. Somewhere in the back of her mind, she will always wonder, was it really him? Even though she, who is probably in an emotional state right now, is so determinedly against the idea that it's actually him.
It will haunt her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whoever the imposter was, he knew her well enough to anticipate this move. Though he exclaimed in mock surprise, he immediately jumped back, getting out of her reach. He moved on light feet, light enough that Vin was reasonably certain he was burning pewter. In fact, she could still feel the allomantic pulses coming from him, though for some reason it was hard for her to pin down exactly which metals he was burning. That's interesting.
So would he be a smoker, and he's just a better smoker? Like he's more astute at it, and that's why it's hard for her to figure out what metals he's burning.
That's possible. I thought smoking, shut it all down. Essentially, a complete blanket. The unable to tell which metals thing, I think, speaks to me a little bit of, I know I'm harping on the idea a lot, but a misty manipulation. I think this could be a mist creature-y thing.
Yeah, and she's just mistaking it for just normal animantic stuff.
Yeah.
It could be a sign that this is creature.
Yeah. In any case, the allomancy was an additional confirmation of her suspicions. Reen had not been an allomancer. That you know of, Vin.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other ways to get allomantic powers.
As you've seen.
Mm-hmm. True, he could have snapped during their time apart, but she didn't think he had any noble blood to impart him an allomantic heritage. That you know of, Vin!
Mm-hmm.
Vin had gained her powers from her father, the parent she and Reen had not shared.
As far as you know!
She attacked experimentally, testing this imposter's skill. He stayed out of her reach, watching carefully as she alternately prowled and attacked. She tried to corner him against the shelves, but he was too careful to be caught. It sounds like he's playing defensive, which tells me he wants something from her, or to impart something to her.
Yeah, he's not fighting her yet. He's just avoiding her.
Yeah, and I see his next line, and if there is something that Reen wants to say, he should just blurt it out. I don't like this whole, what are we doing, Vin, stalling kind of a thing.
Yeah, just say, just get to the point.
Yeah. This is pointless, the imposter said, jumping away once more.
No coins. He doesn't use coins to jump,
Vin thought. So
it's looking more like mist creature stuff.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to expose yourself too much to hit me, Vin, the imposter said, and I'm obviously good enough to stay out of your reach. Can't we stop this and get on to more important matters? Aren't you even a bit curious as to what I've been doing these last 4 years? I mean, I'm curious, and oh my god, just say it, Reen. If you have to say it while fighting, fine, but just...
Yeah, we're past the point of talking now, so, a normal conversation. Just, what do you want? Aren't you curious? Just tell her.
Vin backed into a crouch like a cat preparing to pounce and smiled. What? The imposter asked. At that moment, her stalling paid off. I'm loving the vocabulary. The creature, the imposter, the thing.
Mm-hmm. The not Reen, the false Reen.
At that moment, her stalling paid off. Behind them, the overturned lantern finally flickered out, plunging the cavern into darkness. Oh, she's gonna stab him, and it's gonna go right through him, because he's made of mist. But Vin, with her ability to perceive copper clouds, could still sense her enemy. She'd dropped her coin pouch when she'd first sensed someone in the room. She bore no metal to give him warning of her approach. She launched herself forward, intending to grab her enemy around the neck and pull him into a pin. The allomantic pulses didn't let her see him, but they did tell her exactly where he was. That would be enough of an edge. She was wrong. He dodged her as easily as he had before. He can't see, because he's missed.
Well,
he senses.
He can't. Yeah, he senses, yeah.
Yeah. Vin fell still.
Tin. He can hear me coming,
she thought. So she kicked over a storage shelf, then attacked again as the crash of the falling shelf echoed loudly in the chamber, cans spilling across the floor. Man, I imagine being a guard outside of the door, listening in, and thinking, Vin should be alone in there. What on earth is she doing?
She's throwing a tantrum. She's trapped.
Oh, man. Yeah, if we were to make this a movie, I'd have a shot, just one outside in the middle of the fight of like two guards who just like turn and look at each other and then look back. The imposter evaded her again. Vin froze. Something was very wrong. Somehow he always sensed her. The cavern fell silent. Neither sound nor light pounced off its walls. Vin crouched, the fingers of one hand resting lightly on the cool stone before her. She could feel the thumping his allomantic power washing across her in waves. She focused on it, trying to differentiate the metals that had produced it, yet the pulses felt opaque, muddled. Yeah, she's about to realize it.
It's thumping like the Well of Ascension.
Mm-hmm.
It's preservation. Yeah, she's about to realize there's something familiar about them.
She realized.
When I first sensed this imposter, I thought it was the mist spirit. Sorry. Oh, you're so right, Dorkus.
Yes.
Called it. Well done.
Which would make him an avatar of preservation. Maybe.
And then Ruin does not want him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ruin wants him. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a reason the pulses felt familiar. Without the light to distract her, making her connect the figure with Reen, she could see what she'd been missing. Her heart began to beat quickly, and for the first time this evening, imprisonment included, she began to feel afraid. Ooh, good line.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of him being the avatar of preservation. You know, we were thinking of preservation, how it can turn bad. Reen is an example of how it turns bad. He's trying to preserve her life, but he lands up abusing her in that. That's the reason. So it's an example of how preservation can go wrong.
Interesting thought. And yes. Ooh, yes. Yeah, sorry, that one took a second for me to, hear it. But yeah, well said. The pulses felt exactly like the ones she'd felt a year ago. The pulses that had led her to the Well of Ascension.
Why have you come here?
She whispered to the blackness. This also means that it is likely to have been Reen that essentially saved Elend at the end and guided Sazed.
Yes. Yeah.
Laughter. It rang in the empty cavern, loud, free. The thumpings approached, though no footsteps marked the thing's movement. The pulses suddenly grew enormous and overpowering. They washed across Vin, unbounded by the cavern's echoes, an unreal sound that passed through things both living and dead. She stepped backward in the darkness and nearly tripped over the shelves she'd knocked down. Is Reen adversarial, then? If we think that Vin is essentially an avatar of Ruin because of the Inquisitor theory and needing some sort of balance, and we had kind of imagined, I think, Elend as the preservation person in that equation, the two of them together creating a balance. But now we have this, Reen is the preservation avatar instead. This sort of, it's jumbling things up. How does this fit in?
I don't know. It doesn't quite make sense.
I should have known you wouldn't be fooled, a kindly voice said in her head. The thing's voice. She'd heard it only once before, a year ago, when she'd released it from its imprisonment in the Well of Ascension. So she thinks it's Ruin?
Well, it's the voice that she heard.
Yeah. I mean, she did hear a good voice in the epilogue of the first Mistborn book. She had left Elend, and then she heard a voice different than Reen's, a kindly whisper telling her to go to him, or something to that effect. So, I'm kind of... there is that to keep in mind, but yeah, Vin is definitely thinking of the voice she heard at the Well of Ascension here, which I think we thought was Ruin's.
Yeah, and the mist creature didn't speak to her. In her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, this might be Ruin. Especially because it's speaking in her mind. What do you want?
She whispered. You know what I want. You've always known. And she did. She had sensed it in the moment when she had touched the thing. Ruin. It had very simple desires, to see the world come to its end. Okay, so a couple of things. One, if Ruin can touch things now through his illusions, Ruin is getting more powerful, and we should wonder about not Kelsier. Although there is the mist creature element of it here, and it does bring in the question of what was the mist creature doing at the Well of Ascension when it helped Elend? But shoot, I lost the other thing. Damn. Oh well.
It might come back.
Yeah. You know what I want. You've always known. And she did. She had sensed it in the moment when she had touched the thing. Ruin. It had very simple desires. To see the world come to its end.
I will stop you,
she said, yet it was hard to not feel foolish speaking the words to a force she did not understand. A thing that existed beyond men and beyond worlds. Oh yes, the other thing that I had forgotten. I'm so glad it's back. I'm glad the two of them are talking.
Yeah, the adversaries are speaking.
Yeah. It laughed again, though this time the sound was only inside her head. She could still feel Ruin pulsing, though not from any specific place. It surrounded her. She forced herself to stand up straight. What are the odds it's preservation pretending to be Ruin testing Vin?
Nah, I don't think so. It would be good. It would be nice. But I don't think so.
I agree. Ah, Vin, Ruin said, its voice almost fatherly in tone. You act as if I were your enemy.
Okay, hold on. This is the thing. This is where Ruin is tempting her, and it's going to be telling her, you're of ruin, you're of me, you're like me, you're a destroyer, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm thinking it's going to happen.
Yes.
You are my enemy. You seek to end the things I love.
And is ending always bad? It asked. Must not all things, even worlds, someday end?
There's no need to hasten the end. No reason to force it.
Good line.
Yeah, like, you're fine. Let's just destroy everything. No, thank you.
All things are subject to their own nature, Vin, Ruin said, seeming to flow around her. She could feel its touch upon her, wet and delicate, like mist. You cannot blame me for being what I am. Without me, nothing would end. Nothing could end. And therefore nothing could grow. I am life. Would you fight life itself? Good point, Ruin. Was I not saying maybe Ruin good in previous? I've fallen for it, haven't I?
Yeah, okay, like, no, the balance thing works. I understand. But remember what the world looks like to Marsh and the loving of the destroying and things like that. That's bad. Okay?
Yes.
So the balance thing, yeah.
So Vin needs to make an appeal to balance, and Ruin needs to be like, okay, here's all the exposition that the readers want from me right now.
Yes, exactly.
Vin fell silent. Do not mourn because the time of this world's end has arrived, Ruin said. That end was ordained from the very moment of the world's conception. There is a beauty in death, the beauty of finality, the beauty of completion. For nothing is truly complete until the day it is at last destroyed. Strong argument.
Get out.
Oh.
Nah. No. Okay, it's only complete when it's destroyed. I understand your life is only complete when you're dead. Yeah, I understand that, but you're taking this too far. There's no reason to hasten.
Yeah, it's the don't cry because it ended. Be happy to have had the experience mentality. But Ruin obviously takes it way too far to an extreme, but in appropriate dosages, it's not wrong. I'm not saying I'm out there working for Ruin, guys, I promise.
Yeah. Enough.
Vin snapped, feeling alone and smothered in the chill darkness.
Stop taunting me. Why have you come here?
Come here? It asked. Why do you ask that?
What is your purpose in appearing now? Have you simply come to gloat over my imprisonment?
I have not just appeared, Vin, Ruin said. Why, I have never left. I've always been with you. A part of you. Yes, this is the reveal. This is the Vinquisitor reveal.
Yes, here we go. But I don't know why I'm just like, oh, shut up about it.
It's gonna devastate her.
Yeah. She's got to, no, stay strong, Vin. Know that you're a good person no matter what this Vinquisitor bullshit is.
I have not just appeared, Vin, Ruin said. Why, I have never left. I've always been with you. A part of you.
Nonsense. You only just revealed yourself.
I revealed myself to your eyes, yes, Ruin said. But I see that you do not understand. I've always been with you, even when you could not see me. It paused, and there was silence both outside and inside her head. When you're alone, no one can betray you, a voice whispered in the back of her mind. Reen's voice. The voice she heard sometimes, almost real, like a conscience. She'd taken it for granted that the voice was merely part of her psyche, something left over from Reen's teachings, an instinct. Anyone will betray you, Vin, the voice said, repeating a bit of advice it commonly gave. As it spoke, it slowly slid from Reen's voice into that of Ruin. Anyone. I've always been with you. You've heard me in your mind since your first years of life. Okay, so it's not quite the reveal. He didn't outright say, yeah, you've been hemalurged, but this is the reveal.
And also, yeah, why not? He's going to say, you're mine, Vin. I've made you. Like, yeah. I'm just hating it. I'm hating it and loving it, if you know what I'm saying.
So,
like, I don't want Vin to be manipulated by this.
Yeah. Do you think Ruin's going to help her get out of there?
I don't know. Yeah, probably, because she's got to be the beautiful destroyer. She's got to go and break up the world and be a agent of ruin.
Do you think Vin is going to be like, so what's the deal with you and preservation? Or what's the deal with these rules?
I don't know. And do we trust any answers he gives us?
Yeah.
I hate it so much. I hate ruin so much, actually. Yeah.
Great chapter.
Yeah. I don't want Vin to just be what this thing says she is. She must still be herself and be what she wants to be. Yeah, that's what's frustrating me, is that I don't want her to be broken down by him.
Yeah. Look, I think the world's going to be destroyed, and I think they're going to make a new world and go to it. That's kind of where I'm feeling the resolution in this book will be. So I think Ruin is right. This world has to be destroyed. So somehow the hero of ages is literally going to create a new world. I don't think he's just going to move this one back to where it was before.
How? I guess just preservation comes to them somehow?
Maybe, possibly. Yeah, where is preservation right now? Who is he talking to?
He doesn't have as much influence on the world. He's been released. Ruin's been released. So the balance is out.
Do you think it has to do with whatever the final plan is with the Khandra? Like, since they are mist wraiths and we think the mist is preservation, maybe they will all dissipate into mist, and then that's the preservation version of the Well of Ascension, and Sazed will, like, intake all of the Khandra power to make a new world.
Yes, I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Excellent.
Great chapter.
Such a great one. Great blind. Whew. Anything else to say, Kitty?
Like the video.
If you like. Kitty told you to, not ruin, so you better do that thing. For preservation. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Subscribe to That Darn Kitty if you get a chance, because she's got a great channel.
Subscribe to this channel because you already know it's great.
It would be greatly appreciated, and we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.